Hey friends, welcome everybody, guests, to this week's edition of What's Better, This or This. My name is Robert, Bobby O, and I got a good one for you today. How you doing? Boy, I need to shave today. Hope everyone is good. Today, I'm gonna finally do something. I'm looking forward to this, that I've been thinking about and working on for a long time, more than maybe 6 months, and just couldn't wrap it up in my head. But recently, I was looking over my notes and thoughts about this, and I think I could come up with a good wrap on this, with something kind of interesting at the end. This is totally subjective, of course, and this is about Chanel's Le Lion and Coromandel. Totally subjective and fun, of course, but for me, you know, which one's better? Which one do I like better? Let's face it, you know, sometimes it's fun to think about battles like this. Now, why am I doing this? They're both Chanel's, and we're all Chanel fanboys and girls, and welcome. I'm glad you clicked on. But these are unique Chanel's. They're not transparent like the whole less exclusive line. You know, they're not irisy, studies in iris, which Eugene says, very, very profound, that statement, and I agree with it. They're not transparent by any means. They're both citrus ambers. One's lemon on the left, and the other is more orangey. Resinous, they are. Incensey. So you can group them together that way. And maybe another point that makes them stand out is in terms of masculines. You know, I would point guys to these right away, and you know, of course, Sycamore, but mostly the less exclusives, and the Chanel line just shines with the gals, mostly in their skin and their hair. But yeah, they're grouped together on that side of the spectrum. Citrus ambers, a little thick. Le Lion is dry and smoky, I believe, like a sand dune image it gives me. A raspy leather, jagged edged, right? And I do get leather. I get a smoky, kind of on fire leather. These aren't reviews, but you can check out what I said about Le Lion when I first got it. When I first got this one. And Coromandel is kind of an orangey citrus, damp, earthy fragrance, slightly gourmand. Shouts out less than Le Lion. Le Lion shouts out in the opening and mid, finally calms down in the deep dry down. It consolidates, I think, into a great blend, or a very good blend. Otherwise, it doesn't come together for quite a bit, in my opinion. Coromandel is, I think, more altogether blended better and rounded. Coromandel both shouts but whispers, in my opinion. It floats in the air, wafts around, where Le Lion is kind of has like a higher specific gravity. Sinks. I think Coromandel has more buoyancy. I thought of that word during a live stream once. I think that might be a good word. I've used both of them quite well enough in the last year, more than in the last 2 years, and then 3 years with the Coromandel, and 4 years. So if I could just cut to the chase and saying which one I like better, which one is better, even though it's not the final say, because there's something about if my house was on fire and I could only take one of these and only this one and put it in my bag, it would be Coromandel. I think this is legendary. I got the dry down here. I think it's just a greater overall perfume for men and women. Than the new 2020 Le Lion for now. I like this better. I think it wears better. You know that guy from the Dos Equis beer commercial, the most interesting man in the world, with the beard. And both of these, I think, like I'm not shaven, I think both of these tend very well to that scruffy, groomed but kind of scruffy look. I think that guy in the Dos Equis commercial could wear both of these easy, no problem. The most interesting man in the world, but his signature would be this, because I think he's outspoken. He's the maybe the life of the party, right? When he talks, people listen. This is more demure, maybe. We're talking about the gals. And for women, I think someone like Angelina Jolie, who is, for your older guys now, for me she's a young girl, could rock both of these, no problem. And she could rock this maybe a little more, shouting out and grabbing more attention. To give you an idea of what kind of person would wear these. And let me know who you think is a perfect candidate. But I think these are both very sexy perfumes for men and women, kind of in their own way, but still, like I said, in the same corner. For Le Lion, I picture like a high-class outdoor event in the summer or spring in the south of France, and you're outside with your party dress or your outfit, and this is wafting around. This is projecting around Le Lion. And why is it sexy? I think mainly because of the smoky leather aspect, the smoky leather accord. Maybe that comes from the labdanum, the incense. As for Coromandel, like I said, a little more introverted, an elegant dinner. I think Coromandel's more intimate. There's another bullet point I wanted to put out there. It's more intimate, personal, an elegant dinner, an intimate dinner with your loved one, or even like a hiking date in the fall where it's kind of cool and crisp out there and you have your sweaters on and you're sweating underneath them with Coromandel. As far as what's the most sexy aspect of Coromandel, I think it's easy. It's dirty. The dirty earthiness aspect of it, the patchouli, and also the very tempting white chocolate. Okay, so it's slightly gourmand. That's the white chocolate accord gives it a sweetness, a little thickness, base and body, and go ask women what they find sweet and sexy, and a lot of them will agree that it's sweets, it's chocolates, and kind of unique in the Chanel. So, but I'd give Coromandel the more intimate edge. Heck, I'd give Coromandel an overall 9 out of 10, and if I do that, then I'd put Le Lion, which I love, and well, I give Le Lion maybe an 8. An 8. I still love it, and I've a little caveat or an asterisk on Le Lion. I think we don't know the full impact of this yet. Maybe this is it could be so ahead of its time. Well, Chanel, you know, when Chanel let loose this this France meets the Arab Middle East end of perfumery and consolidates them, maybe it's starting a new epic, and we don't know the full story. But so, in answer to the question, I've already answered it. I think Coromandel shines, maybe, and I bet you if you took a poll, Coromandel would come out the winner out of these two. But there is one thing that I came about yesterday and concluded, and I'll leave the video with that, and thanks for sticking with me. Le Lion is unique. It's a loud beast, and then it preserves the Chanel flagship qualities, but I think it's the kind of the first of its kind, because I really think that Le Lion shines in the nightclub or clubbing atmosphere. And so just think of that. Think of a Chanel that's a clubbing scent, and I really can't think of one. I went through the whole list. For a guy, you can look at Bleu de Chanel. Yeah, that worked. That worked. But it's still too clean cut, and you can smell it if you have EDP Bleu de Chanel on, but it's still conservative and it's not out there enough. And the other ones, just say like Allure Sensual, you can wear that to a club, but it's still too goody two shoes. Let me know if you think that Chanel has a single clubbing scent, and I don't know. I don't think you could come out with a clear answer. Le Lion is definitely that. You're a guy or a gal, say like you're in your early 30s and you're still out there going crazy and you love perfume. You put 5 sprays of this on, and not only no one's gonna smell like you, and then no one has ever smelled anything like you, you're gonna have 3 bubbles of volume around you that no one can figure out and no one can resist, in my opinion. It's strong enough, it makes a statement, very bold, sharp edges, it reaches out and just infiltrates everyone's nose. I think Le Lion is the best clubbing scent Chanel ever had. So I'm gonna leave it with that. And you can certainly wear Coromandel to a club and you're gonna smell 10 out of 10. But add on all the noise and the sweat and the lights. Le Lion can take it with both hands tied behind their back, and in my opinion. And again, for girls and guys, excuse me. And then who can wear this overall, lately on? So I have an age range, 18-year-old to 80 years old can do Coromandel, can do lately on. I think Coromandel's a little bit more mature, sophisticated. So maybe starting from 25 or 28 all the way to 90. But if you're in your 30s or 40s, you're right in your sweet spot with these at a club. Those of you who still go to a club. So let me know what you think about that. Lately on, 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 Chanel Clubber. And pretty significant. So in terms of which is better, this or this or that, it depends on what you're doing specifically for that day, right? But you know, as with all perfume subjects, Leon's awesome, you know. But we here in our group take things apart with a fine comb. So Coromandel's my favorite. It's probably my favorite Chanel, and it's the winner in terms of what's a better fragrance, in my opinion. But I think this was a good discussion. So let me know your thoughts. And those of you who are new guests here, I appreciate it. Thanks very much. Again, my name's Robert, and I'm kind of crazy about Chanel all my life. You know, not over the top crazy. I don't collect all of them, but a lot of you out there do. There's not that many. It's not easy. It's not hard to collect the whole set. So, but if you don't have these two and you're a Chanel buff, it's a must buy, in my opinion. And then for everyone else that's interested in fragrances, these are must tries, in my opinion. That's a fact. I'll see y'all later with another episode soon. And once again, stay well and let me know what you think down below. That's it.